Yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, yo, this is for you. I am my number one fan. For you, I am my number one fan. I'm trying to get you from here to there. I'm trying to show niggas it ain't fair. How I just came up, but you not there. Stuck in the same situation you been in. They got the plug, you got the sound. You not just a groupie that's hanging around. They got the stage, but you bring the lights. It's enough room at the top, we ain't gotta fight. I am my number one fan. I am that legend you stand for.
Hey, what's going on, family? It's us again. It's Reese. It's Arnold. And we are the Neighbors Podcast. We want to thank y'all for all of your congratulatory acknowledgement. Yeah, for supporting us, for being on iHeartRadio. That was a big accomplishment for us. Yes, it was. We put in a lot of work for this program that we put together. Yes, we did. That was a great opportunity for us, and we're hoping to gain more listeners and to bring more people to our community and to our neighborhood. Right. So, we want to really thank y'all for your acknowledgement of some of our shows lately, especially Hey Lucy, man. Yeah, we got a lot of reviews from Hey Lucy. Right. A lot of people were saying that they had went through similar situations with family members, in different relationships and stuff. Right. So we want to thank y'all right now, and when we get a chance, we're going to acknowledge you individually. Right. So you know what? Hey, here's another hot topic. Yeah, as always, you know what we do. This is what we do. Right. So since we talked about the family structure, we've been talking about that a little bit most recently. Mm-hmm. We got another one that's another... It's a good topic. Right. And what it is, it was a request from a person. They DM us. And remember, anytime you guys want to hear something, hear us discuss something, or bring anything to the forefront, please let us know. Hit us up on our IG, our Twitter, and also our Facebook pages. And you also can hit us up on our individual pages, and we're guaranteed to bring that to you. Yeah. So what the our neighbors said, and then, I call everybody our neighbors. I don't like to use the term followers, right? Because we don't follow each other. We help each other out. We discuss and we learn from one another. So you're in this community to be a neighbor, and that's what you are. And we love each and every one of y'all. So one of our neighbors had a concern about a topic that we were talking about co-parenting and divorce. Right. So we thought we would address that today. Yes. To the best of our knowledge and our ability, because both me and Reese are still married. There is no talk of divorce with us, so there is no plan of divorce there. Right, and we're in it for the long haul till death do us part. Yeah, not each other, but our wives. And with that, whether or not we kill our wives or they kill us, one or the other. Exactly. Whatever it goes. But if I do die unexpectedly, please autopsy and make sure that you talk to the wife. Find out what happened. Yeah. Love you, baby. Depending on what the situation is, I might not want to talk to her. I might not. But before we get into the co-parenting piece, let's just touch a little bit on this marriage thing. Yeah, marriage and divorce. So, right. I have an article here that I was just looking at, and it was talking about which couples stay together the longest, which couples have the best chance of being married, and we're going to get into why we feel as though if they're correct or wrong. Right. So as of, they say that all marriages up to about 48 to 50% end up in divorce. It's a little more higher depending where you at, and all marriages usually don't last no more than 10 years. So to understand that, it depends on who you marry and where you at. Right. And what you're going through and whatever your financial status is, which really doesn't make a big difference, because I've known people that have not had a lot of money all their lives and they're happy, and they've been together for years, But that's because they have a love for one another. Right. And they build with each other and they go through what they need to go through together. So it says that, just bear with me, I'm just looking at it. I'm trying to find that particular quote that this lady said. Oh, here we go. Okay. So, first of all, in the early 1980s, it said the median age for men to marry was 25 years of age and 22 for women. Whereas today, the median age for men to marry is 29, and for the women, it is 27. So back in the 80s, people were getting married a little younger, right?
Right.
So now today, they're waiting. They're taking their time. A lot of people are coming out of college. A lot of people have ideals and dreams of what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it also stated, which I disagree with this. Well, to some degree, I'm going to tell you why I disagree with this. The author also states that white women and Asian women have higher marriage rates than black women and native-born Hispanic women. Black women and native-born Hispanic women both have higher rates of divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can understand why they may have higher rates of divorce because of poverty, because of incarceration, because of drug addiction, because of mental health, because of things that may go on in the family, and they don't have the resources or the opportunity to get healed, get help, or to get counseling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I can understand it to some degree, but as you know, most of you that know me, I'm in my 50s, so I was raised by my grandparents and my parents, but our family dynamic structure was based off of the grandparents.
Right.
So my grandparents stayed together forever. You know, they stay together no matter what,
mm-hmm.
until death did they part.
Okay.
So with that said, today's people, they get married for comfortability. They get married for, some of them get married for business.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them get married because it's an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You have trophy wives, which I hate to use that term because I don't even know what a trophy wife is. You know, I just feel as though you're supposed to take care of your woman regardless.
Right.
You know, I don't know why would you make her a trophy, but hey.
But see, I think the trophy, that idea is that Coca-Cola bottle look, you know.
But you still can have that and not put her in a glass case. You know,
I again is that you know, young lady, woman, person that you know that you don't mind taking pictures with, you know, for a magazine or whatever. I think that's the mindset as far as a trophy wife goes.
Yeah, I can see that. Somebody that to me, I think a trophy wife is somebody that they want to parade around and say, "This is what I have."
Right.
You know, I'd rather parade my car around, my home or whatnot. I wouldn't want to parade my wife around like that, you know, because to me, I think that's a little degrading, you know, and then it sets a different standard for her, you know, and you don't want to put no pressure on it than the pressure that she already has.
And see, I think that's in reference to the Coca-Cola bottle trophy wife.
Right.
A lot of times that, and I know we're getting a little bit off topic of what you're talking about, but in reference to that type of person, what does the guy look like? What type of attention are they looking for? What are they lacking? And then, truth be told, how much attention are y'all getting?
Right.
You know, so are you strong enough to walk down the street with a young lady that has, for one, is already going to get looks because of how shapely she is, how beautiful she is, how long her hair may be, so forth and so on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then for some of these people, like you said, skin tight clothes people might wear.
Yeah.
You know, these shorts and skirts.
Right.
You know, and then a lot of times what happens that people also meeting these type of having these meetings in some locations that may not be a place where someone can build on.
Right.
Because for an example, what I'm getting at is, are you meeting this person in the market or are you meeting this person in the club?
Right.
Well, if you meet them in a club, you may not last that long. You know, that type of thing. Because a lot of times in the club, you're going to be drawn one way or the other. You know, whether it's just, hey, you know, I just had a couple drinks, somebody was smoking something, whatever. You know, then you see somebody and then, bam, it's, you know, the vibe is totally different. Versus seeing someone in the market, you're more than likely seeing the true them.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? Yeah, they might look nice because they got on, you know, the tights, or whatever, something like that. But you might see the real down to earth them.
Right.
They might be in a do rag or whatever.
True.
So to me, I think women are just beautiful all the way around.
Correct. I agree with you on that. Just be you. It doesn't matter, that you think that you have to be a certain image or a certain way.
Right.
If the beautiness comes from what God gave you.
Right.
So what God has given you, I mean, you do enhance it a little bit, which is fine, sure. But just be you,
And see, I think part of that is that people get too caught up on what's being shown on TV.
Right.
Right. And so they actually lose who they are. So in reference to, just going back for a hot second, when you were talking about marriage and just age and things like that, I come across this article. It talks about the role of culture in declining marriage rates.
Right.
And it says something about like in the late 1960s, they had given like these 5 trends that's been going on since. With the first one they mentioned is the rise of expressive individualism.
Okay.
Expressive individualism. So, unfortunately, people say, hey, I'm me, and I'm worried about me, and it's all about me, and whatever, versus, hey, let's come together, right?
Right.
Let's build an empire together versus, hey, I got mine, you get yours.
Right.
And I think sometimes that hurts the marriage to some degree. And then also with that being individuals, hey, I'm above you because I make more money, one way or the other. Because some men can't deal with their wives making more money than them.
Me personally, I don't have an issue with that.
To me, it's all the money in the house, right? It's
exactly.
coming in, right?
It's all coming to the same place.
So and if you encourage each other to do better, at some point in time, the one is going to make more money than the other.
Right.
Unless someone gets a record deal and they make, $300,000 a week.
Right.
That's a whole nother, situation that's hard to match. But if 1 year you're making 70, somebody's making 75, and then y'all keep going back and forth, whatever, then basically that's, as long as you encouraging the other to be their best selves, but at the same time, you're still part of the group.
But now, would that make it a deal breaker if you didn't make as much money as your mate and your mate said, well, I'm going to divorce you because you're not making as much money as I make?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, my wife and I, we've been back and forth the whole time we've been married, these 19 years. Because the one thing is that she has a master's degree and I do not.
Right.
So I've been able to play off of my professionalism, my corporate know-how, things like that, where hers might be a little bit more of the educational perspective.
Right.
I don't know 100% what she does, how she goes about her job finding or whatever else. But I know for me it's been just my professionalism. I've been able to kind of talk my way into some things sometimes.
Right.
But it comes down to, hey, we are a group where we are a unit.
Right. And that's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
That's exactly how it's supposed to be.
So
you said it was 4 things or 3 things?
It was 5. It was 5. So the next thing, the second thing was the changes in behavior associated with the sexual revolution that diminished the connection between sex, marriage, and parenthood.
Right.
Thereby making marriage less necessary and non-maritable, whatever it says. I'm drawing a blank. Where childbearing situations are more acceptable and more common,
right,
so
without being married,
right, without being married.
So it's children born out of wedlock.
Yeah, I'm looking at this blog. And I think some of these words are misspelled. As I'm looking at this, as I'm going through some more of this, but so if you look right now, how many? And with me being in my 40s, myself being in my 40s, so in the late 80s, early 90s, I remember a lot of my classmates having kids, getting pregnant, having kids.
Right.
And really, was it frowned upon like it might have been in the 60s and the 70s? As you look at it right now, look, they're trying to take away this whole abortion thing, period.
Right.
You know, so, and this whole